40 degrees outside at about 8 o'clock in the morning, up from 26 degrees at 2 a.m. Pretty geraniums. No, they're not going back outdoors, but we are in a warming trend. Very pretty Saturday morning, December 9th. First, I'd like to admire the beauty this morning. Then I'd like to go on a rant about how difficult and almost impossible 10-day forecasts are. And then I'd like to give you the 2-day, 3-day forecast. A lot has changed. Weather is always changing, and so are weather forecasts. For example, this was all frost last night when I went to sleep, which was before 2 a.m., before midnight. Almost cold enough. Do I see any ice down there? It's about that time of year when you start getting your first skim of ice. Yeah, it looks like we had a tiny skim of ice start to form on Fallon's Pond. But that's melting warm air advection. Before we get to the warm air, Mount Katahdin, Lake Millinocket. This morning, ice on the lake, a lot of snow on the mountain, 5 degrees in Maine. Actually, it was sub-zero north of Millinocket with an inversion in Maine. Meantime, temperature in parts of western New York and even western New England in the mid-40s. Yeah, to say there's a warm front coming through is an understatement. It is definitely warming up. A nice day today with its temperature near 50 degrees. Here's some ice for us. A little ice on the bird bath, melting quickly. This bird bath is ancient. Yep. Oh, let's salt ice. There we go. So, pretty. We're going from this to this to rain and wind tomorrow. All right, first the rant, though. Everything breaks. The 10-day forecast broke. I saw this jet stream graphic from the Euro on pivotalweather.com 10 days ago, and I said, wow, look at that trough in the southwestern United States. That's going to deliver air from Central America to the East Coast, south of New England. And then there was a trough over Western Canada that was going to deliver air from Northwest Canada to Northern New England. I said, what a storm track. There'll be a headlining storms racing across the country one after another. All right, so that was how it looked 10 days ago. And now, here's how it looks today. No trough in the southwestern United States. A ridge. Air in New England purely coming from the Gulf of Mexico and Central America and the Bahamas. And no air coming at us from Canada. So different. That was from a 10-day forecast. All right, now what about a 3 to 5 day forecast? 5 days ago, we were supposed to have a low-pressure system tracking up Ontario, powerhouse southerly winds with a torrential downpour and major meltdown in New England. That was 5 days ago. And then 4, 3, 2, 1 day ago, it's all shifted east. And now the front is supposed to get east of New England with wind from the northwest for most of us, or west on Monday. What a difference. And of course, that changes the precipitation and the wind forecast. Let's use the NAM. That's a high-resolution, short-range model. It only goes out 84 hours. And look at the difference. All right, green is rain, still looking at real heavy rain. And blue is snow. And look at the rain-snow line collapsing during our Monday. So by late in the afternoon, it's actually trying to snow near Boston. And now maybe even northwestern Vermont misses the heaviest snow, and it falls in southern Vermont, New Hampshire, and western Maine. That's so different from even 24 or 36 hours ago. So weather forecasts are always a moving target. What does that do to the wind? Well, the heavy, strong wind from the south may still clip eastern Cape Cod, mostly missing out to sea to the east of Maine. So the forecast for the wind has dramatically decreased. That's a good thing. And much like what happens in a tropical storm, there will be tropical downpours with this, and there is tropical air, December-type tropical air. When this happens, usually your heaviest wind is on the east side of a low and your heaviest rain is on the west side, and that is the case. Here's the quantitative precipitation forecast. How much rain? Wow. The red is impressive, and then you get into those, what colors? I can't remember. Almost another shade takes us up to 4 inches of rain somewhere near Sturbridge, Massachusetts. So there may be flooding with this system. It's all happening so fast, Sunday night and Monday. There are some showers tomorrow afternoon, but most of this is at night. And what about the snowfall forecast from the NAM? I'll stick with that. And it's rather robust, to say the least, with 12 to 18 from southern Vermont. Remember, violet is 6, and then purple is 12. Into western Maine. So now it looks like the heaviest snow, around 18 inches, tries to fall around Mount Washington. Oh, did I forget to show this morning's beauty? All right, let's look at some before shots of snow on the mountains. Jay Peak operating the tram this weekend. Usually don't get to the tram till like towards New Year's, but there's so much snow they had to push the schedule up a bit. And nice day today. Mount Washington. I did show Katahdin, didn't I? And Mount Washington looking so pretty. Also Mount Washington, the thaw has begun with the temperatures in the mid-30s now, between 4,000 and 5,000 feet. So the warm-up has begun up in the sky. That's what happens with an inversion. I'm not sure how bad that wind was infecting me. Let's go to the backyard. Check out the worm pile here. The Andrews are in town. Nice. So, let's see. I got the rant. I got the beauty. I did most of the 48-hour forecast. Oh, I didn't show the snow. Yeah, I did. So, what's left? Okay. So the Monday system, which is still a moving target. I mean, people are saying, oh, what a bust, what a bust. It's not even over yet, and people are already saying it's a busted forecast. Weather changes and weather forecasts change. So why do I even bother looking past 3 days if it keeps being so bad? Because we want to know. We're going to try. We're getting back on the horse, and anyhow, once this system goes by, now it's transfer over to the Euro and the pivotal weather, and you have the storm departing and cold air advection with dry Tuesday, another cold front coming at us from northwestern Canada. Arctic air trying to come back in here Tuesday night into Wednesday, and it's kind of fleeting. High pressure to the south still looks like it's going to dominate and take over, sending much warmer air for most of the United States, really. Next, say, Thursday, Friday, with a westerly wind. It's a high barometer, so it'll be chilly at night, but mild by day. Looks like some nice skiing in there, too, on top of the snow that we're getting now. No, not all the snow is going to disappear. Oh, yeah, speaking of that, Saddleback. Yeah, Russ Murley at Saddleback yesterday. It was the first day at Saddleback of the season, and it was about 99% open. Thank you, Russ, for representing. And so I think our snowpack is going to take a hit, of course, but some of us are still going to end up with a net gain of snow, so it does look like nice weather next week. And then the really long range, again, why do we even show it? 10-day forecast has a powerhouse of a storm. Yesterday it had it near Florida. Now it has it coming across Tennessee and Kentucky. And there's cold air well to our north and a heavy storm to the south. And it says we're going to be somewhere in between. So in 10 days, we'll do a rant on that one. Some of the guidance has that being a powerful nor'easter. But without too much cold air, it would be mostly rain on some of the guidance. I think the GFS had that. So overall, for most of the United States, it's a fairly warm pattern. Alta, Utah has been getting the snow, and here in New England, we've been getting the snow. But most of the United States is having a fairly mild December. Green grass in December, yes. Done mowing, although it's a few inches. It could use a little mow right here. Not going to mow the lawn. Do a little bit more raking today. Put up some more Christmas trees and Christmas lights. And yesterday I left the house late in the day, and as the sun was setting, I was driving towards the south, and as I drove to the south, I couldn't believe how much more snow there was on the ground just a mile or two away from my house. And there was snow on the ground all the way into Sandwich on the ride down Route 3. It was dark when I went over the Sagamore Bridge, but there's snow on the ground in Sandwich this morning. There was probably some black ice, too, with the temperature and the dew point both going up so dramatically. Hey, anyone want to play tic-tac-toe? Need one more plane there on the left. If we could get one more plane to come through, we could have a tic-tac-toe board in the sky. All right, weather forecasting and tic-tac-toe. Luck sometimes plays a role. Wow, these contrails are something else. Oh, man, look at that. T or X. Post this on T or X. Talk to you later. Out this door, about 1 o'clock on Friday. We've had a little snow on the ground now here in Weymouth for 3 days. And now here comes the warm-up. Beautiful right now. Is that a Boat full of lobster traps, pulling them before the Sunday night storm. Wonder if they're gonna go back in. Definitely the calm before a storm. Still on the high pressure side of this system. And the cold side too. It's only about 35 degrees. It's interesting to see what happens to this dinghy. Also, the birds have been having a lot of fun. Mergansers and seagulls. That dinghy gonna survive the storm? We'll see. Gorgeous. I love when it's calm midday and the water reflects the sky and the buildings. Waves. Love all waves. Everything works in waves. It's from that lobster boat. Chilly, 4 o'clock. T-Rex and I going for a walk. Remember this boat? We were here about 8 weeks ago and it was looking pretty shoddy, but what an improvement. Some people get their boats ready for the summer. Charlie got his ready for the winter. He plans on doing some ice breaking with it. He's a fixer-upper. A little steel plating of the hull at the bow. If we should get ice this winter, he's gonna keep the marina, the Cove Marina, ice-free. Oh, that'll be fun. But apparently it doesn't look like much ice. T-Rex, there's a tiny bit of little snow right there. You gonna take me home now? You gonna take me home? All right, let's go. Let's go, Rex, come on. No? I'm just gonna sit there and chew the Patriots leash. All right, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Certainly has that inversion look and feel setting up this evening, with that possibility of some sweaty roads and maybe some black ice early this morning. Did that happen? High pressure goes east to New England, off in eastern Massachusetts and Cape Cod has the coldest morning, as we've discussed many times. That cold is on the way out. Just a mile away from the house and up the hill. Snow on the ground now, 3 days in a row. Not gonna make it 4. Talk about microclimates. Snow on the ground just a mile away from the house. On these yards that face north. Pretty chilly sunset. And really interesting that just a mile away from the house, there's snow on the pavement, the cars, and the yards. Just a mile away. How much snow did they get over here in the central Weymouth, East Weymouth? Look at that, a couple inches. Remarkable difference. Did not think I'd be seeing snowbanks. They plowed the snow on the on-ramps and off-ramps, Route 3. Cool. I mean, glad I wasn't there to drive in it, but I find it fascinating. Must have come down pretty hard, huh? That's it.